I lied about my past to get into a scholarship program and ruined someone else's shot. I was 20 and broke. No car, no savings, just scraping by on ramen and whatever shifts I could grab at the grocery store. Then I saw this flyer on campus, a scholarship program run by some local charity. They were giving full tuition coverage for students who'd been through extreme hardship. Only one winner. The form asked about background, struggles, family situation. Most kids I knew had real stories. I didn't. My parents weren't rich or anything, but they weren't deadbeats either. We weren't starving. I was just broke because I'd moved out too early and thought I could figure it out on my own. Dumb. But I wanted that scholarship bad. So I wrote this whole thing about how my dad left when I was 6, how my mom worked 2 jobs to keep food on the table, how I'd been homeless for a while. None of it true. I just sat at my desk and built this sad version of myself on paper. A week later, they called me for an interview. I almost didn't go. Thought they'd see right through me. But I put on my only decent shirt and showed up. They asked me about resilience, about how I'd persevered. I just leaned in and kept the act going. Talked about sleeping in cars, about showering at the gym, about saving every penny to get into college. I could see them eating it up. A month later, I got the letter. I won. 15 grand, enough to cover the next year and a half. I felt like I just hacked life. I didn't even feel guilty at first. I walked into class that fall with new books, new clothes, not worried about rent. Then came the ceremony. They invited all the finalists, their families, some donors. We were in this small auditorium, folding chairs set up in rows. They made me stand up and give a speech. I kept it short, thank yous and all that. People clapped. When I sat down, I noticed this girl a few rows behind me. She was crying into her mom's shoulder. I recognized her from the interview day. Her story had been real. Her dad died in a factory accident. Her mom was working nights. She had younger siblings. She'd been so nervous telling it, but it was obvious she wasn't lying. I stared at her for a long time. Couldn't look away. She was my age. She probably needed the money more than I did, but I had it. She didn't. Classes went on. The money paid my bills. Life got easier. But every time I passed her on campus, I felt it in my stomach. She never looked at me, not once, like I didn't exist. The charity put out a newsletter that winter with my photo on the front. A story of resilience. My face smiling under the headline. People congratulated me in the halls. Professors called me an inspiration. My mom hung the article on the fridge. The girl dropped out the next semester.